We are back with another Pokemon Draft League, this time with the LTM, which stands for Low Tier Mania. As the name suggests, this is going to be low tier. This is another league that I'm going to be helping run. The league owner is OG Albina, who is a friend of mine, and I've known him for a very, very long time now. Panther is also going to be helping admin, who I can thank for really getting me into the Wi-Fi Draft League, so shout out to OG Albina and Panther. If you were excited for your Morpeko United to be participating in the first season of the LTM, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a like. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so it would mean the world to me if you guys would subscribe. Going into the draft, the top tier threats that were allowed this season were Entei, Gudra Hisui, Iron Jugulis, Crocodile, and Raikou. I had the third pick, so a lot of these threats were still available when it was my pick. I was debating heavily between Hisui and Gudra and Crocodile, but I saw the man, the myth, the legend, Iron Thorns, aka Brian, was there. Now normally this Pokemon struggles because of its typing, however, Iron Thorns is allowed to Terra this season, and how we're doing Terra is free Terra, so I can Terra into any type that I want with Brian. Now this mon has tremendous stats since it is the future form of Tyranitar with 100 HP, 134 attack, 110 defense, 70 special attack, and 84 SPDF, and 72 speed. I can be a breaker, a sweeper, or I can even be bulky with Assault Vest sets, or you know, however I want to run this Pokemon, I can run it. This Pokemon has access to the setup move Dragon Dance, which boosts attack and speed by 1.5 times. With the core drive ability, I can run the item Booster Energy and get a one-time boost in my highest stat. This mon has a plethora of moves, so I can hit almost any Pokemon with super effective damage, especially if I Terrastallize. I can also run Hazard Stack set with this Pokemon since Iron Thorns learns both Stealth Rocks and Spikes. I am so excited to use Terra Iron Thorns this season, and I'm about to show everyone why this Pokemon is going to be broken in low tier. With my next pick, I had only one Pokemon that I thought was essential to the success of my season. I ended up getting Skeledirge. This Pokemon can check the fighting types that run rampant in low tier, with great stats that can make this Pokemon bulky as fuck, and access to the healing move Slack Off. This mon is going to be impossible to kill. Another reason I wanted this mon was because of the ability Unaware. This ability makes it to where Skeledirge ignores other Pokemon stat changes when doing damage. So if Pokemon sets up on me and I think, oh shit, I've lost this game, GG's, I can send in Skeledirge and completely ignore those stat changes. This Pokemon also has access to the move Torch Song, which is an 80 base special attacking move that has a 100% chance to raise my special attack by 1. So I get to do damage to a Pokemon while also raising my special attack. I'm so excited to get to use Dirge this season, and I'm hoping it can be the glue piece that I really need it to be. Next, I really wanted to secure a strong fighting type, and to my surprise, Gallade was still there at the beginning of round 3. To sum up Gallade, this Pokemon is going to be the Urshifu of low tier. With a monstrous attack stat and 125 paired with the sharpness ability, this mon is going to wreak havoc. Sharpness makes it to where Gallade's slicing moves have their power multiplied by 1.5. So the stab moves that Gallade gets are Sacred Sword and Psycho Cut, and they get boosted by this. So I'm going to be doing so much damage with Gallade. This mon also gets set up in the move Swords Dance, Bulk Up, and Agility, so I can boost attack and defense and also speed. Also, don't sleep on Gallade's bulk. It has 115 special defense with the access to Light Screen and Reflect, so I can work my magic and run some really cool sets with this Pokemon. Gallade also gets access to the great utility moves in Will-O-Wisp and Thunder Wave, so you know I can run utility screens, whatever the hell I want. Gallade is about to take the LTM by storm. With my next pick, I wanted to secure a great Rapid Spinner and Hazard setter. With Hazards, Iron Thorns, Skeledirge, and Gallade pick up those OHKOs and 2KOs that they can miss out on sometimes. So I decided to pick up Fortress. I've always been a huge fan of Fortress, but I know a lot of people shit on this mon. John. But I think in low tier, it will be one of the most reliable hazard setters, if not the most reliable, and hazard removers in the format. So getting access to Stealth Rock, Spikes, and Toxic Spikes, and also the move Rapid Spin really helped this mon out. With great defensive stats but lackluster stats in the other areas, I think this mon will be a fat defensive wall for me and get up as many hazards and get rid of my opponent's hazards. Shout out to John for this next pick. This mon fit perfectly on my team and really gave me another fighting resist and a way to beat dark types, and this Pokemon is a Namorous Therian form. Now ENAMT gives a hard-hitting special attacker that does a great job in being a bulky wall, with ways to set up with Calm Mind, which that boosts your special attack and special defense by 1. ENMT also learns to move Iron Defense, so I can boost my physical defense by 2. The worst part about this Pokemon is that it doesn't get reliable recovery other than rest. It has a horrible speed stat in 46. So let's see if I can fix my horrible speed tiers as the draft progresses. So shout out to Addie for the next pick. She helped me out with the rest of my draft. But she suggested, since my speed tiers are so bad, I get Araquanid for sticky webs. This also gives me a bulky water. Araquanid hits incredibly hard with the water bubble ability. If you don't know what this is, it makes it to where Araquanid's water type moves are doubled in power, and then Araquanid can't be burned, and also fire type moves do half of the damage that they would normally do. This Pokemon gives me another bulky option, but on the special side with like 135 special defense, which is crazy. But yeah, I'm super excited to use this mon. I haven't used it since like Generation 7, so let's see if I can put in the work with Araquanid. Next, I really needed to start taking some speed, so I got Chincino. This mon gives me another offensive option that can break, clean, and sweep for me. So Chincino doesn't have amazing stats, but with 115 speed, it was very crucial for me, since my fastest mon up to this point was Gallade at 80. Chincino also gets access to the move Tidy Up, which clears hazards and also raises your attack and speed by 1. I think this is going to be crazy. I think Tidy Up is a crazy move, so I think Chincino is going to put in work with me, especially with the ability Skill Link, which makes multi-attacking moves hit the maximum amount that it can. So like Bullet Seed's going to hit 5 times every single time, Tail Slap 5 times. So this Pokemon fills so many slots for me with speed, with a sweeper and a breaker, a hazard remover, so I could not pass up on this Pokemon. Next, I originally wanted a Alolan Persian, but it was taken, sadly. I wanted that speed, and it also gave me another bulkier option, but I decided to take a mon that I am a stan of. I love this Pokemon. I had it in APA Classic and Showdown. I just think it's so good, but I got Alolan Muck. Now this gives me a grounded poison type and a dark type. This will probably be my tried and true switch into dark types. Also with good bulk and a special defensive stat, Alolan Muck can be a great way to deal with fairies, especially since I took probably the hardest hitting fairy on the board with an Amorous T. So Alolan Muck really, I mean, slapping a Assault Vest on that Pokemon, you're going to be able to 2 hits anyways, and then kill with Gunk Shots or Poison Jabs. So it's a boring pick, but one that I know was needed, and it is a great Pokemon. Next, I originally wanted Torterra, the Pokemon with the fucking ecosystem on their back. It fit perfect on my team, especially since I have an unaware Skeletors to deal with Pokemon if they want to run Mirror Herb to copy the Shell Smash from Torterra. But Torterra, my boy, was taken, so I got Sandaconda. Much more boring of a Pokemon. I've never used Sandaconda. I know John is a stan of this Pokemon. I am not, but we got Sandaconda, and it has a decent speed stat. It gives me a ground type, another rocker, and some setup with Coil, and then also it gets access to a move to heal itself. I can't remember, but I'll gladly take the extra rocks and bulk, and I needed a ground type, so the electric types that also do pretty well in low tier don't run rampant on my team. My team is pretty bulky so far, and I'm not mad about that at all. So speaking of fast electric types that run rampant, I wanted to get one, and in round 10, Hisuian Electrode was still there, which I was honestly surprised that this mon was left. Without Terra, this Pokemon isn't the best, but I still think it has blistering speed and 150, and the grass electric typing makes it to where I hit ground types I want to switch in on me with Leaf Storm and blow them backwards, but I think Hisuian Electrode fits really nice on my team. And then last but certainly not least, we wanted Porygon 2, but we're sniped, so I decided to take another mon that had Trick Room and Farigiraf. I've only gotten this Pokemon once before, and I didn't bring it before I ended up dropping it, so I'm really hoping in low tier that I opt to bring it more. I've seen Envy do amazing with it with Terra and SPL this season, so I'm hoping I can do the same without Terra. So that will be our team for the inaugural season of the LTM. Let me know in the comment section down below which team members are your favorites. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a sub and a like. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so I'd appreciate it tremendously if you guys would hit that subscribe button and also the like button. That's going to be it for me, guys. I'll catch y'all later.